would you like to try to plan a trip real quick using some of
Yeah,
these resources?
sure. Yeah. Yeah, I have a few ideas.
Okay.
So I guess we could probably do like the more realistic one because I want to plan an out of state one with one of my friends in Colorado, but I'm not really sure on like what locations yet.
Okay.
So I think doing like a local in-state one would be cool.
Okay.
So I think either one for Colorado Bend or maybe Los Maples.
Okay.
So we could
Let's
do
do
like,
Lost Maples.
okay,
Okay. Because I'm pretty familiar with that park, and I think
okay,
that it's a nice park to visit.
yeah,
It's a good park for kind of beginner, intermediate backpackers, and it's beautiful at different times of the year, right? So let's try
definitely.
that.
Okay.
So, do you have the checklist in front of you?
Yes, let me open it. I know I made a copy, but let me open I think
Okay.
you updated a few things from the one I had. Did you?
And then, do you want to share your screen, or do you just want?
Yes.
Okay.
I could share my screen. Yeah. Let me pull up.
Okay. So I think, do I have to stop my share and then?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm stopping my share, and then you have the
Um,
ability to share. Let's see.
I should let me find where did I put the checklist? I'll just open the email. One
Okay.
second. Okay, let me share. Test one. Oh, I have to give my computer permission to do this.
Oh, it takes a little while.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
this whole thing. Okay, maybe I can do it now. Okay, cool. Here we go.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's do Lost Maple. So going down the checklist. Do you want me to go down the checklist?
Yeah,
Like that?
sure. We can
Okay,
see if it works.
let's do it. Let's do it.
The
So
state park.
Lost Maples, natural area.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. And then where to go resources. So potentially which is something that I wanted to talk to y'all about, is like planning a trip with the group with some of the other beginners. So I would probably do like maybe meetup group to get some people for that.
Okay.
So and like to be
You don't
able
have to go to me. I understand what you're saying. You would try to get some people to go with you on Meetup. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So I would go find resources there, like ask other people. So do meetup, and then let's see. I would more than likely do a group. Not ready to do solo yet, so that's what I would pick. And then from here, Google Docs to share trip info and details. So I would create the Google Doc. I'd probably like list everything in this one checklist. Oh, I'm making changes to your actual. Should I make a copy?
No,
I
it's
didn't realize
okay.
I was making changes.
All right.
Okay. Let
Is this
me,
actually my document or is this on
yeah,
your?
let me actually make a copy. Let me
Okay.
do that
All
real
right.
fast. I don't
Do
want to
that.
make changes to this one. Okay. Let me do that. I didn't realize that. Okay. Oop. This one. And I would also use Facebook group. Okay. So I don't have to do this now, but yeah, I would use this doc in order to like write out all the trip info and everything.
Yeah.
And then the Google Sheets checklist and financials. I do have that one. I'll make a copy of the one from when we did the class because that's one I'm going to use to check all of my stuff.
Okay.
Google Calendar, I'll do that. And then the pre-trip planning. So do that over Zoom.
Okay.
Okay. So then for camping type. So I guess I can open, which I have it. This is for Colorado Bend. Let's see. Go to the Los Maples page. And I'm thinking, let's just do February.
Okay.
Even though it may not be available, but I'll do like midweek. I'll do like 2 days.
It's good. It's always easier to find camping spots midweek. You know.
Yeah, like when I was gonna go like in the fall, all of the Saturdays were booked up, and I was like, it's typical, but yes, it's crazy. Okay, and then do primitive.
Okay.
So let me go back to that checklist here, because that's the one most likely to, yeah.
Okay.
And then reservation.
So are you familiar like with how long it takes to drive from where you're at to Los Maples?
I think I've done it once, but it was just for a day trip. It was like 4 hours, almost 4 hours, with traffic and everything.
Yeah.
So that would be
Generally,
good.
I think it's more close. It should be closer to 3 if the traffic's not too bad. 2.5 to 3.
Okay.
So you might want to think like with your group. Are you leaving like on a Friday afternoon, after lunchtime or after work? And so, are you going to be able to drive there, 3 or 4 hours, and then right away start hiking into the backcountry? If you're leaving in the morning, you don't have as much of an issue, but it's just something to consider. Have you thought about that? Like what time you might leave?
I haven't,
Okay.
no, but that is good, something good to note. Yeah, that's true, especially if people have work or like they need to take time off and everything. Yeah, so I will.
So just consider that you might like your first night, you might just want to stay at one of the front country campsites. If you're like leaving like if you're leaving in the afternoon and you're going to, after 5 o'clock and you're going to get there at 8 o'clock at night, you might just want to have your front country campsite reserved, right?
Okay.
And then everybody can just come at their leisure. You have a place to stay to camp. You can kind of just relax, and then the next day you can start going into the backcountry. You don't have to do that now, but just something to consider.
Gotcha. No, yeah, that's super helpful. Yeah, I didn't think of that, so that's a note. I'll put that there. Okay, perfect. Okay, so camping type, primitive, and then reservations. I would go to this one since it's not backcountry, and I do have a Texas Parks and Wildlife. So, yes, the reservation is required. So I'll just take like a little note there.
Yeah.
So I would do that one, and then I would also probably just put like cost.
Yeah, great idea.
Able to keep track of that. So I'm trying to remember which campsite I was going to do last fall that I wasn't able to do. I think this is the only section, right? Is that able to do here?
Zoom out a little bit. Let me see. Okay, so what I see, so like on the lower part is where you enter, right? Right where the river comes together. That's kind of like the entry point where it says like Sabinal River. Okay, yeah, that's the enter point. And then this is like right where you are now, that's where the 2 trailheads start. So up in the kind of center where all those little sites were, that's kind of a site. And then if you go further left, let me see. You see where that West Loop Trail is? There's sites out there too. I don't know why they're all grouped in this one area. Like there should be sites by that West Loop Trail. And I think that there's sites down by this, I want to say like almost by that Mystic Canyon. And I think there's some on the far right as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So it's kind of odd that
they're all grouped here.
Okay. Go over to the narrow results, any loop. Let's see what that says.
Should I do this one?
Primitive. Yeah, let's try that.
Okay.
And see if that shows up different.
Let's see.
Still.
No.
Okay, scroll down the page and let's see what we have lower. Primitive. Huh. Interesting. Click on the next at the bottom right corner. Yeah, it's all taking you to those groupings.
Yeah, it's this little group right here.
Okay, so this is where you might want to go to the Texas Parks and Wildlife website.
Okay.
If you can pull that up for Los Maples. And then go to maps.
Maps.
And then scroll down a little bit. And then go to, I would say trails maps.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so
because
you see there, that this actually shows where the primitive campsites are. So
okay.
primitive campsite G, primitive camps, there's like, does it go A, B, C, all the way to A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Is that pretty much?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's one over here. A.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So looking at that map, like, did you have some type of objective? Is there something you want to see, or did you want to see everything? Or
Yeah, so I think so from the one trail that I've done only I've only done the east trail up here and then I came back down here on the west trail. So I definitely want to see the park on this side.
okay,
So that would be like my next step. So potentially like coming in probably this way here on the east-west trail,
Mhm.
and then probably making my way this way up to these points of interest over here.
That sounds good.
Um, but if it's like, I guess would this be a case where I would have to like contact the park to kind of figure out like if I'm able to reserve campsites up here since they're not listed on the website?
Okay, well, so now that we know how these primitive campsites are laid out, let's go
Yeah.
back to that website and see if it's possible to reserve campsite G. Like zoom into all those little blue things,
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
and let's see if they actually list them that way. Oh, that's weird.
Pick one. Yeah, I don't know why they're all listed. This is the way I saw it last year too.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't even say like which location, but mm, I guess
I
I could just
could have
roll with
sworn
them.
that I was just looking at Lost Maples a while ago, and that um, you could see each of the different
The sections.
primitive ones.
Hmm.
Let me see.
Yeah, primitive camping area A. Mm, oh, wait a second.
Are you seeing something?
Yeah, I think so. So this one right here is for based off the photos that they have here. It's a
Uh-huh.
primitive area camp A, but A is
It's probably way on the east
uh,
side.
here. And this one that I just clicked is right here. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
maybe they're just like not distributed around this map. That's weird. Let me see. Let me click this one. Oh yeah, primitive camping area D. Okay, I guess this is weird.
Yeah,
So
it is kind of weird that they did it that way.
D
But where
is,
were you? So were you thinking of going to primitive campsite G, maybe?
yeah, I think G would probably be
Yeah.
ideal. So let me try to like fish that one out of that little list right there. Let's see. Now that I know, see details and then well, I'll figure out. I'll like find one that's for G.
I
But I'll
know
like
that at Lost Maples, because I've backpacked out there, that some of it is kind of like zone. So you just go to that area and then it's just a big open area. But
oh, okay, okay.
it would be good if you could figure out which ones. Wait, go up to the top again.
Okay.
I thought I saw something that said like primitive versus. Huh. I don't see it now. Like, go. Can you scroll up a little further?
Mhm.
I don't know. I could have sworn that I saw something.
Campsite.
Campsite primitive. Yeah, it seems like you're in the right place.
Hmm. Interesting.
Oh, look. Maybe like type in the site number.
Oh,
Let's see if that
uh,
will work. Just type in G.
okay. That's no.
Huh.
So weird.
So weird.
But that's okay. So let's see. I'll just click one more. If not, I'll just try to like look through all of these. That one says A2. Okay.
Okay.
I'll just pick one, but I'll take note of
Yeah.
G.
Okay. So yeah, we can figure this out later. But so anyway, let's just imagine that you reserved a site.
Campsite. G. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Okay.
So I know it's $10. G, and then I guess like the max number of people would be. I'll take note of that too. Which had it listed 6.
6.
Okay. Got that. Are there parking spaces? Yes.
Yes.
At the trailhead. Perfect. Camp locations, remap with campsites and trail distances. This is what you talked about, like kind of mapping that out, right? On like, okay.
Yeah. So what I typically would use here is All Trails. You have, can you open up All Trails?
Yes, I can.
And then just type in Lost Maples.
Okay.
Okay. And then let's go scroll down maybe.
So
you've already done the East Trail Loop, and there's the West Trail Loop. I don't know, there's one that combines both of them, East and West Trail Loop, number 3.
Yeah, this one looks like.
I think that's going to cover everything. All right. And then, yeah, view full map. There you go.
Perfect.
So what, are you familiar with this? Where at the bottom of the page is where the like little graph is. You can, move like that. So
okay.
if you start at the very beginning and then move it along there, you can see which route is taking you. And then you can estimate basically how far of a hike you would have. So if you started there and then you hike down the east side and then you went all the way to G, that would be 5 miles.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's cool that's already listed there.
So that's a good campsite you picked.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I mean, if you feel like you and your friends can do 5 miles, that's awesome.
Definitely. Okay. Sweet.
Okay.
Let me.
That's a good. So that's just a way that you can estimate your mileage, and then you can actually create your own maps, right? You can like look into that area and create your own, but that's maybe a little more advanced. But we can do that as well.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think being able to like create my own too would be a good like thing to learn how to do. Let me. Oh, here we go. I'll add the link. How do you like All Trails? And I'll just put like the distance was like 5.1 miles.
Yeah, awesome.
Sweet.
Also on that All Trails map, it had like, if you can go back there real quick, do you see like the little numbers on the trail?
Oh yes, like these little ones right here.
So if you go to the very far right, 0.5, 0.6, and you follow that route, and you can just add all those up, and then that should total up to 6.
Okay.
So that's the old-fashioned way, or that's the
way you like read the maps. And
if you're looking at a paper map, it'll have those markers as well, and then that's how you determine how far that trail would be. You add up all those little numbers.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know.
And then you don't forget, you also, if you're gonna do that little side hike in the middle, you would want to add that mileage there and back, right? So what is that, 0.5?
It's like
0.4.
4. Yeah, look 4.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do that little side hike, it's 0.8 there and back. So after that. So it might not just be 5.1, it might be 5.9.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
So put in 0.8 for side hike or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I read that. 0.8 for side hike.
Awesome.
Nice. Sweet. Okay. Fire safety course required? I don't think so.
No. But what you may want to inquire when you get there is there a burn ban? Because if you want to have a fire at your campsite, it's just good to know.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Perfect. Camping option resources. So use technical wallet.
Yeah.
Perfect. Route planning target destination. Did that with All Trails. So but like what I wanted to see specifically, and that was seeing those points of interest on
okay. So you already know that there's some things that you want to see at that park. Yeah, awesome.
So I'll just do like these springs, for example, over here, because I haven't seen those.
Yeah.
Um,
Monkey Rock. Have you seen that?
oh, which one? Oh, Monkey Rock. Oh, actually, I haven't because last time I went, there was like a bunch of people by it. So I didn't like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll just let them do their thing. But yeah, that's true. Like seeing that one as well over again, like up close this time.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. So taking note of those.
Yeah. Spring, scenic overlooks, that type of thing.
Yeah. Perfect. Daily hiking distance. So yeah, knowing myself, I do need to take into consideration like time for like if I were to like do photography or like videos and stuff like that, and then the distance. So making sure I keep that in mind. That's something that I'm trying to get better about, especially when it comes to like distance. So I definitely fall into this range. And I guess like something else too that I wanted to like, or like a question that I had was like, when should you like condition your body, or like for certain trips, like should you do certain like workouts, like if you know like, oh, I'm gonna go do like this bigger hike, like to prep or like plan ahead, I guess, in order to
Yeah.
do those. Okay.
So, I mean, like you should always think of it as fun, though, right? You should never
Yeah.
think of it as, oh, I need to go condition. So
Yeah.
just doing day hikes, I think you're fine. But I think you're pretty young, so I know that you hike quite a bit already. So I would say just even like just 2 weeks in advance would be plenty of time. And if you did like even like 1 or 2 hikes, you're probably fine, right?
Okay.
Maybe one hike of 5 miles, if you know that's your distance, 5 or 6 miles, and then one hike with uh, five or maybe even less, just like 3 miles with your backpack,
Gotcha.
your gear.
Okay.
I don't ever think it's truly necessary to use your whole pack, all your weight, and hike the distance if you're in decent shape, right?
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because the only things I'm like noticing now, like as I start going like longer distances, is just like being aware, like, oh, my knee starts hurting at like this point, and like when I should like, stop and do
Yeah.
that and think about that.
That's
Okay.
just being, body aware. I mean, that's like one of the best skills that you have. If you know your own body, you just don't exceed your own body, right? And then
Gotcha.
you can continue to go forever.
Okay. Yeah, that
Let's
helps.
see.
So,
Yeah, so I think you're good with that.
okay, perfect. And then water resupply. That is a question I had about Lost Maples, is like if they're like, would I stop at like creeks or get the water
Yeah,
beforehand?
let's look at the map and see
Okay.
the
Should I do all trails or like the water?
yeah, you can go here. So you can look here and you can see there's that water right there. Again, like you want to think, is there water at the trailhead?
Mm,
And so
yeah, that's true. Which there
if you
should
see like
be.
these little restroom things, there's a good chance, right?
Yeah,
That you
that's
know for
true.
certain there's probably water at the ranger station
Mm,
or at one of the restrooms, right? So you know that.
okay.
And then let's look at like you look at your route that you're walking, and if you start off on the east trail, it looks like you're crossing this kind of river creek, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible that there's water throughout that creek, right? And then from area A going, there's nothing along there, right? Your trail going there. And then you get to like the area C and it looks like there's a little pond or something. So as long as you kind of factor those in, that you know that there's these water sources, it looks like every mile or maybe every 2 to 3 miles. Like what's the longest distance where you might not see water? But I think you're fine on this hike, right?
Yeah, I think this one should be fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Okay, perfect. Let me just
Do you have a water filter?
um those are like one of the last things that I need to get. I'm gonna get the like the Be Free Felt one, the
Okay.
squeeze one, and then or I might just go with the Sawyer one for the water bottle. And then probably get the tablets as like an extra thing for like
Back up.
if I go somewhere else.
Awesome.
But yeah, let's see. Okay. So yes, it's I can
And
get some.
how long of a trip do you think this is going to be?
This would probably just be like, I think just to start off, because this would be one of my first ones, like, since I'm beginner, very beginner, probably either 2 nights, probably max. So I think that should be perfectly fine. Let's see. I think I have to do anything with this one.
I think you're fine with that. Maybe when
Yeah.
you get to the ranger station, you might just want to inquire, like, hey, I'm going to cross this east route and I'm going to be crossing the creek. Is there water always there? And then when you get to that pond, is there always water at the pond?
Okay. Perfect. Okay. And then water purification. So something I have to get. So I'm going to take note of that for myself. And then plot water resources on the map. So that's something, yeah, that's something we just looked at. So I can definitely, like, when I go into all trails, like, I'll put them on the map, and then so I know where those locations are at.
Yeah.
And
in this
then
park, because you've seen the park map. Park map is pretty good. The little paper one that it's a PDF that's on the website. You could
Yeah.
actually print that out. You could like put a little X on those spots where you think there's water.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes, that makes sense.
This
Okay.
one is, because this is a small area, and it's a pretty decent map for this.
Okay, perfect. So it's like print out. And then depending on when I go, which I'm springtime. So I think just like maybe depending on what the weather, I would have to keep an eye on the weather. It should be like maybe normal conditions. So I'll just take note of that and just put like keep an eye.
Yeah.
Sweet. And then food. Yeah, I think just making sure that so this would be like a weekend trip, so only 2 days. So I would need probably say 6 meals, depending, and then 4 snacks.
Yeah.
For that. And I did do this calculator yesterday when I was taking a look at it, so I have an idea.
Awesome.
Because that's helpful. That's something that I've been meaning to get better about, because I remember one time I just ate like a bag of chips beforehand. It was horrible, horrible. So yeah, calculate calories.
Some people are really good at it. I've never calculated the calories that I eat, but I probably should, because it's fuel. And on some hikes, I tend to just get a little tired, but if I fuel up, I could be fine.
Yeah, because I know for me, I guess like what started to, I guess, click in my head is like, oh, I get a headache afterwards. I wonder why, or why are my muscles so sore? It's like because I'm not eating very well. So I have to make sure I keep that in mind. Emergency meal. Yeah, I could pack some extra snacks. I think that's something that I do want to keep in mind, like making sure I pack those extra snacks. So having those. Transportation. Let's see. Yeah. So
you know where the trailhead already is. You're gonna drive there, I guess, right?
Yes, I'll drive there, and then it would be out, or like a loop, right? That would be considered like a loop. So I just walk in and then come back out.
Yeah. In that park, if you look at the map, it's actually it's almost like a figure 8, all the trails. So you could do this big loop, or you could do like almost like you see like this east-west trail. If you wanted to, you could do like a figure 8. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So
you want to cover every trail in the park, but basically doing a loop, you're almost covering everything, because that east-west trail is just 1 mile basically.
Yeah, that's
so I would consider this like a loop hike.
Okay, gotcha. That works. Let's see, loop. Yeah, so loop hike, and then route planning resources. So I'm using the park trail maps, and I'm using all trails.
Okay.
In order to do those, and then destination planning, climate weather. Yeah, that's something I do need to keep an eye on, especially with like springtime and like rains.
Yeah.
So,
right. Yeah.
Check on rains. Check on rain forecast. And then, yeah, so I'll keep an eye on both of these. And food storage. So with food storage here, because like I was debating whether or not, like, do I need a canister?
So at this park, it's I don't believe that there's food lockers in the primitive sites, and you don't need a canister.
Okay.
Um, the only thing you would need to worry about in this park is like raccoons or squirrels, and
Mm,
so you just need to be mindful of your bag, and you could hang it if you wanted
mhm.
to, but if you're always around your bag, like in this park, I just slept with my food.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was wondering. I was like, is it
Yeah,
possible to do that?
yeah, I
Okay.
just slept with my food. But that's because I wasn't leaving it around. Like if you're set up your camp and go for a little day hike,
Uh-huh.
you might consider hanging it.
Okay.
Okay. So and for that, like I don't think the weather would be too rainy, but you just need like some cord to hang it up in the tree, right?
Mm, yeah.
In
Okay.
a like one of these little bags.
Yeah, like it could be like a dry bag or something, just like
Yeah.
be able to hang
Yeah.
it up. Okay. Okay, perfect. Um, insects. I'm not really that concerned.
Okay.
But yeah, I do have like the proper clothing. And I'm not sure like if there are any ticks or anything out there, but I think just like yeah, I would definitely have to like research and like look that up.
Yeah.
But probably nothing too crazy.
I don't think there's anything that you really have to worry about out there. I mean,
Okay.
there might be mosquitoes, so if you want to bring some insect repellent, you could.
Okay. Sweet. Perfect. Let's see. I won't be staying by water or anything, so I should be fine. Oh, I don't think I am. But I'll check that. Um, no. Okay.
Mhm.
Go back here. And then wildlife. Yeah, nothing too crazy, I don't think, but I'll definitely like just add it as practice to just like research and everything.
Yeah,
So
generally if you get like the Texas Parks and Wildlife, there's something like things you might see or something like they usually have a little section in that
mhm.
park. I mean, there might be coyotes or raccoons, things like that. Generally, you don't have to worry about those at all.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I don't think a bear is gonna come out of the blue and like
There's no bears there. I don't believe.
yeah. Okay, sweet. Okay, so packing list. Yeah, I will use the REI one and then I have like the other one to reference to from the backpacking
Yeah,
class.
yeah,
And then I also ran into another good one from Backpacker magazine.
yeah,
So I have this one to use as well.
yeah.
Um,
And eventually, you may just create your own.
yeah,
Once you have all your gear locked in, and then it'll be super simple. Yeah.
sweet. Okay. Yes, I have that.
Okay.
10 essentials. I always carry that. So have these two
Good.
things.
Yeah.
Sleepwear is something I'll include for sure. Since like, yes, weather wear. Yep. I'll have this packed in
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
backpack for sure. So as I like start packing that, then I'll like check these off. I do have a first aid kit,
Yeah.
my repair kit. So this would be things like for like repairing, like I have one for my
Like your air mattress or
yeah,
something.
my sleeping pad and all of that. So making sure I have that with me, and I have my inReach.
Oh, you
Uh,
have InReach. That's awesome.
yeah, I have the mini one, so that thing helps a lot. So making sure I bring that with me.
Yeah.
Oh, other thing. So something else I always bring too is like an extra battery pack.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just want to put that there too. Sweet. And then yeah, so I always share my itinerary. So once I get like all of that, to like share with like my close friends and then family as well.
Yeah.
And then yeah, have all
Yeah.
of those.
Got all that stuff.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. I think so. You feel pretty comfortable that you covered all your bases there?
Yes, I feel a lot better now on like what I need to do and like how to plan it out and everything. So it's super helpful.
So look back, let's go back to the all trails thing. All
Yeah.
trails if you can. So this is somebody else's map that they've kind of tracked. So if you, what you can do is you can like on the left side where there's that little ribbon, you can I think save it as a favorite or something like that, or add it to a list, right?
Yes.
So that way you have that map on your app, and it'll be easy for you to reference. And so you can just you could just go off of that.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to show you is go up to saved and then create map. Okay. And then you see it takes you to Austin, but do you know where Lost Maples is? It's kind of out there by yeah, right in that area. So just kind of zoom in there, zoom in. Let's see. It's a pretty small little dot. Now I think it's maybe east of there. Comfort. Zoom out a little bit.
Is this it? No, no, this Guadalupe River.
It's Guadalupe. Bandera. It's close by Bandera. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, here, Hill Country, State Metro. Where are you? No, I don't. Wait. Is it this one?
Let's see.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, zoom in, zoom in. Awesome. So this is how you create a map. Have you ever used this feature?
I have not.
Okay. So you see on the left where it says draw on the map.
Okay, so
Click on that. And then you see how like it says route 1, there's like these different colors. So this is how you would create your map. So you would go down to like where you think you're going to start at the trailhead. Okay. Zoom in there a little bit. Yeah, just click on there.
Okay.
And then, yeah, and then basically you can either kind of drag that and it'll start creating the map. Or just, yeah, like that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So just continue to like maybe you'll go up to area A. So put a dot up there. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
And then yeah, you can do that and then continue following.
Okay. And then to area G.
Okay. And then so that's like your day 1 route, right? And so go back over to the left where it says route. And then go scroll down a little bit up there and put save.
Okay.
All right. So you see that it kind of already calculates it's about 4.99 miles. Awesome, right? And then so if you want to do another like a little day hike something, hit draw on map again.
Okay.
And then you see how there's those little colors to the left. Click on the green one.
Okay.
Okay. And then go back to your area and then let's do a little day hike of this little West Trail loop. So you have to click on that area where you want to start first.
Oh, okay. So like here.
Yeah.
Then here. So, yes. Yeah. There.
Yeah. You might have to like add a few dots. But you can go either route, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then come all the way back to where you start.
How do I click? Let's see.
Can you click on it?
Can I just do it?
Let's see if it works.
Does that work?
Sometimes it's hard to tell. I think it's about right. 1.89. Now you see where those colors are, and it says like double back, closed loop, or reverse.
Yeah.
So double back, as if it was an out and back, you would do that. Close the loop. It'll help you automatically close that loop.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So if I click that right now, would it?
I think so. It might. Yeah. Click.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. And then save that route.
Okay.
Okay. And so that's a little day hike. And then let's just continue and do one more, like go down to draw on map again.
Okay.
And let's choose blue. And so you're at your campsite G. And then you can figure out a route to get home or back to the trailhead.
Okay, sweet. Let's see. I guess I could double like go maybe this way.
Yeah.
Depends. I guess I'll go a different route. Just see some other things. So this one doesn't lead straight here. I could go back up.
Just go down a little bit. You see where the picnic or the people, and then once you get to that area, it's actually like the parking lot.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
gotcha.
you can. Okay, so well, actually, like zoom in there a little bit.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so this is where this can kind of sometimes come in handy. You see that up kind of the upper left where it says smart routing.
Mhm.
So that kind of automatically found the trail. But if you were going to do something off trail, cancel that. Like just slide that to the side, and then what you can do is just draw a straight line. So look, just try to take that point and then move it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, got it, got it, got it.
So basically, yeah, this is like if you were doing off trail hiking, you would use this feature more.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Oh,
It
perfect.
takes a little, finessing to do, but it's yeah. Once you get into some areas, so there you go. Like you created your own map. Now go to
Ooh,
the left and say save custom map. Yeah,
okay,
save your trail and save custom map.
okay,
And then you can
perfect.
scroll down on the description, my
Let's
left
see.
hand side. Edit.
Oh,
We have to put edit map maybe,
uh, oh, description.
and you can label it Lost Maples backpacking trip.
Oh, yeah,
Awesome. You can type whatever notes.
so like 2-day hike.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you can make it public or private. Like, so if you wanted to, just for you, you do that. If you wanted to share it with somebody, yeah, save it again.
save.
Awesome. And then
What?
the other thing that I just want to show you, waypoints. So are you familiar with the term waypoints?
Is that like kind of like the points of interest, or is it something
Yeah,
different?
it's just a marker basically.
Okay.
But one thing you could do here, generally, what I would do is just mark your water sources. So like go over to the far right, like add waypoint,
Okay, let's
and
see.
then
Waypoint.
do you see how it that kind of pop-up box? It just dropped it right in the middle map. So you can move that. Yeah. So
Okay,
move it
so
like, yeah, you can do it at the trailhead. You can do one there. You can do one on the and then you save it, that waypoint.
okay.
And you
I'll put
can,
like
yeah,
water source one.
yeah,
Save
add
anyway.
another one.
And then
Just
I will,
somewhere up like on the river or that pond. Yeah, awesome.
okay, do that one. Perfect.
And you might put like pond or something like that.
Oh,
And then
true.
you can also do waypoints for scenic things. So I think like
Oh yeah, the springs.
yeah, if there's something that you definitely want to
Hi.
look at, where are the springs?
That was here before G. So that little, this part. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So sometimes it's not exact, but you can just put it in there and yeah, create a waypoint. So there. I mean, now you're kind of
Ooh.
an expert at this. Make sure
Yeah,
you
this is
always save it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let me just put that here and then, oh, oh, there we go. Save. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Now what you can do is you see at the bottom, you have that out the graph. You can scroll along there. You can see exactly, okay, that day is 5 miles, right? You can see what
Oh,
the elevation is, and then you can say, oh, the green day hike is, yeah, it's like 2 miles.
sweet. Oh, this is
Fine,
super
huh?
helpful. I like this a lot.
And
Yeah.
the good thing about All Trails is why I started using. I've also used Gaia, but so many people day hike with All Trails that I can share
Mhm.
this with people. They can look at the map, and then they can, understand what the plan is.
Gotcha. No, yeah, this is super helpful, especially for like sharing it, yeah, with like friends and everything so
Yeah,
they understand. Okay,
yeah.
sweet. That's so
All
cool.
right. So I think you're ready. What do you
Yeah, I'm
think?
ready. I'm ready to pack up and go right now.
All right. So I'm going to show you just one thing. Let's see. Do you have to cancel or can I just take
Oh, yeah,
over?
yeah. Here, let me stop sharing. There we go.
Okay. So I'm going to just do my desktop. Let's see what I got over here. Let's go. All Trails. I think I'm logged in already.
Yes.
Computer's a little slow.
Ooh. I'm sure it's that cold front coming in.
Yeah.
Make it crazy.
Oh, why is it not? Okay, here it is. My maps. So a few, I don't know, maybe a month ago or something like that. These are all my trails. These are ones that I map myself. I like to do this.
Nice.
But look at this. We have a Lost Maples backpacking trip.
Oh, sweet. What the? It looks very similar.
It looks very similar.
Oh, this is so cool.
So, I mean, we basically did the same thing. We wanted to see the whole trip, the whole park, right? On
Yeah.
make this day one, right? We camp at that same area. You decide, I mean, you decided on the campsite,
I
right?
did. Yeah.
Okay. And then you do this little day hike and then
That's
you
so
head
funny.
back home, right?
Sweet. Oh, and I like the way that you put the toilets in here too, like in case. I like that too.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
perfect.
yeah, but like I did pond, spring, scenic
That
road,
is so fun. That's
green.
like very similar.
And then, depending on if you think
Oh,
this is
okay.
something that you might revisit, you can go
Mm-hmm.
into the description and just fill out all kinds of information, right?
Oh,
I said,
sweet.
this is a route for a 3-day, 2-night camping, backpacking, Lost Maples. I even put stuff like, okay, these are the distances that you hike, ranger station, blah, 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 park
Uh-huh.
information. And then I actually put the itinerary. So if I share this on my day one, we're just going to drive and we're going to camp at one of the established campgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody can, I'm thinking like it's a Friday afternoon, people can arrive at 8 p.m. or whenever, and then we'll start the next day, right? So this is the way I designed mine, so that people can just arrive and we can have a campsite and a fire and just enjoy it. And then day 2, we hike the red, right? We get there somewhat early, and then we hike this as a day hike. And then the 3rd day, we just hike back.
Oh man.
So I put this
Okay.
information in there, all this stuff, and I wrote it out.
Nice.
Those are all my waypoints. But
Whoa.
look at you, your first time,
This is
there, and you
awesome.
plotted it out. Okay.
This is awesome. Yeah, super helpful. Oh my gosh.
Okay. So, yeah, that's, planning a backpacking trip, and you can do it. Once you kind of figure out those skills, you just apply it to different parks or different routes, and you're good to go.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to like show me, especially like an hour after. So
Okay.
yeah, no, I really appreciate it.